As promised, we are out and about. If you hadn't seen my last little morning video from the top of Winnett's Pass and the little secret barn, link's going up in the top corner. Have a little look at that one. But I did mention that we were going to come for a walk this morning, lunchtime, this afternoon, whatever you call it. Now, behind me, that hill you can see there, that's Mam Tour. It's my traditional birthday weekend, which we tend to come do when we can over, every year. And I put it out to anyone that wants to come and meet us. Anyone wants to come and spend the sunrise in the morning with us, then we'll meet you at the top there. That's tomorrow morning at about 4 o'clock, half 3, 4 o'clock. That's the plan. But at the moment, we're just out having a walk on the other side. This is Footpath Walkers Bridleway. I can't remember what this is called. Rushall Head. I've got a rush up at the moment in my head. But yeah, we're out for a bit of a walk. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be taking any photos because it doesn't seem very photogenic. There's a couple of little trees around and there's a nice view leading back this way, but then conditions aren't great for a good photo. Maybe I'll take one to add it to the, add it to this video just to say it's a landscape photography video. But I kind of want to talk a little bit about mental health and how my head works sometimes, because as much as I've been to some really good places lately, and it's going to be a long one, Denise just said. I've just been to the Faroe Islands. I spent a week over there, and I've been to a couple of nice locations, but sometimes my head runs away with me and it gets the better of me. Now, a lot of it's to do with work. I am still in work, got a full-time job, and at the moment I'm in a little bit of a grey area. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be keeping the same position I'm in. The guy I'm working with, he's leaving. I don't know whether they're going to close the department, whether they're going to put someone with me. If they put someone with me, if it's going to be someone new, or is it going to be someone from inside that, I don't know whether I'm good at working with, because there's a few people that you don't want to, every company's got them. And I'm not being talked to about it. I'm not being asked. I'm just in the openness of, they're just going to drop it on me probably in the last moment. And my head doesn't work very well with that. I don't like change. I don't like the surprise. I like, if I got time to get used to it maybe, but yeah, the anxiety in me gets built up. So at the moment, this weekend, even this morning and that, my head's not in the right place. Now everyone has different issues, everyone has different mindsets and the way their head works and things. Now, I know there's an awful lot of people out there that get annoyed with me on Facebook because I post every so often that I'm not feeling very good, I'm feeling down, and I get a few people saying, well, all those lucky things you get given and all these nice places you go to, and you got your camper van, and you're lucky because you've got a wife and a job and you haven't got money problems and things like that. But to them, how I feel doesn't matter. They think it's all in my head. But to me, it's a completely different issue. Okay, now, I'm not the only one. It's just so happens that I'm pretty sure Daz up in front of me, he's had issues in the past, back in the day. And it's funny how many people you go out and talk to. I know Nigel suffers major with, I'm going to call it head issues, because it covers a lot of different things. I know he suffers a lot with it, and he's had anxiety and things like that in the past and stuff. But everyone's different, so maybe let's use this bit of a video for, if you feel like opening up, if you feel like sharing, then let us know. Drop us a comment, go on the Facebook, drop us a private message, let us know how you feel, what you feel like, what you do to get over it, how you beat it, how you get on with your life and stuff like that, because we all have them. Even though, like I say, most of the time it looks like I'm free willy and don't care, but it is all there. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about it in a little while. But this walk is the sort of thing that really does help. Getting out of a couple of friends, going for a walk and getting some wind through your ears. We're aimlessly walking along this path, and I can feel myself changing inside, because I haven't got a destination. I haven't got a place I'm walking to. So I feel myself getting a bit what am I doing? Why am I just aimlessly walking along the path? Don't get me wrong, I like being out in the countryside, I like the wind on my face, I like the air through my lungs, I like to be out doing stuff, and this is doing something, but I haven't got something to pin my mind on. So my mind is now starting to wander. My hearing's pretty poor because I work with nail guns, and I've worked with them for 20 odd years, and my hearing's not great, in all fairness. So when I'm out with people and I know they're talking behind, I can't really grasp the conversation because I can't hear everything they're saying. I'm only getting parts of it, which probably doesn't help the way my mind works. I'm not actually engaged in anything. So because I'm not engaged in anything in particular, and my mind's starting to wander a little bit, I'm starting to think, I'm thinking about things about my van, what I'm not happy with, I'm not quite right, thinking about work again, and I don't want to be because I'm not at work. This is a weekend, this is away from work, but my mind's constantly bouncing back and towards that, and I'm thinking about other things that aren't positive, they're more negatives, because my mind works on the glass is always half empty and not half full. I've always been like that, and that's the way I am. So yeah, by this aimless walking, without having something to pinpoint my mind on, it's starting to wander. I must admit, one thing that's ticking on my head is this track that we're on is not a bad little track, and I've not seen any signs saying you can't, but this would be great to bring the old bike over. And I know that when I'm riding my bike, even if I've not got any photographic interest as such, my mind's concentrated on the bike, because if you take your mind off it for a little bit, you end up in a ditch. So yeah, this might be a nice little place to come back for the bike. Earlier on we were up on the top, and it's called something Seat. I'll put the name up if I can find it. I was listening to people that had the map out right next to us, and you could see all the way round. I'm even trying to work out what the rock is in front of me, but me and Daz were stood at the top, and you can work out Winhead, where we've been to. You can work out, where Ladybower is. Then you've got the ridge going round to Coach and Horses, the salt pepper pot, that thing that sticks up. It goes round to there, the salt cellar, that's what it's called. Yeah, and you can see all the way around the ridge, and it's quite good to actually get to know these locations and these areas. When you're walking around, you can actually think about what's in these places as well, which is quite good. At the moment, like I say, we're just sort of kind of aimlessly walking along, but we've got a pillbox or something up in front. I think that's the game, to head to that and then to make it up from there. Now, whether we can walk down the hill and back up the other side of the valley might be interesting to make our way through. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But at the moment, I just need something to focus me mind energy on. I've actually bought some new earplugs for my Samsung Buds, they're called, and they've got a little feature on them that I can hear the ambient sound on the outside, and it increases the ambient sound, so I can be listening to maybe music or radio, which is keeping my mind active, and then with having the ambient sound, I'm not blocking out. Like if Daz was to talk to me, I could hear him. And they've also got a thing where if I talk back, the volume comes down, which I think is quite good. I've not really used them a lot yet, but they're only new, so I'm going to try them out, see if when I'm out walking I can occupy my mind by listening to music, but I'm not shutting out who I'm with and the ambient sounds that are around me. That might be a good plan, and that might also be a good path. That looks like a path coming back the other way round, so that might be a good loop back round. Definitely worth thinking about that way, because we couldn't see that one coming in, but it obviously goes back to roughly where we came from. We've got some cotton grass up here as well, so you never know, we might actually get the camera out and take a photo. But we're just going to carry on aimlessly walking. All the cotton grass is out, and this looks really quite nice. It's got that nice softening feel to it. Now we're walking across moorland, boggy peatland, and they put these stones in over here. These stones go all the way up, right the way through here. There's a good little job on this. They've done a really good job, because these things aren't small. So the work that goes into this, but this cotton grass looks stunning. Really like it, and it's got that nice calming softness to it, which is really pretty, but I'm not sure whether it can actually get a shot out of it. The path's nice, the way it snakes through, so maybe a phone shot or two, maybe, but you almost want to walk into it, but you look at the ground like that and you think, dodgy. Even at this dry temperature, you're just not sure where your feet are going to end up. Still walking forwards. The plan to go towards that little square pillbox type thing. You couldn't see it. The path goes completely past it. You can't even see it, and I can't even see it behind me now. But we knew it was there. But you can't get across this bogland to get to it. So we're just still walking along this path. Go to the next highest ridge, and we're just getting deeper and deeper in. We don't even know which way we're going back. All good fun, isn't it? Well, aimlessly walking along, and we've come to a trig point. So we are obviously at the highest point of this hill, which for me means time for a drink, time for a snack, and time for a sit down, I think. One trig point, which is quite nice to get to. At least it's a point of interest. There's a good view around, I must admit. It's a good walk, wasn't it?
Yeah, nice walk, that wasn't it?
I wouldn't call it nice, but it was a good walk.
Yeah, decent walk.
Pretty good footpath though, I must say. If you're after a non-strenuous, good walk, that's definitely a good one. So you start from the Mamtur car park, you walk towards Mamtur, hang a left, cross the road through the gate, and just keep following it up. And it keeps going as well. By the looks of it, I'm guessing from this carries on along, probably drops down, comes up, and then goes over to that point there, which I did say was Jacob's Ladder. It's good. My memory is crap. See what I said about it being full up? So stacked. I can't remember something that I looked at 5 minutes ago. But Jacob's Ladder is over there. A place I've never been to. A place I'd like to go to, but I don't think I fancy it today. We've walked a long way, so to walk all the way down the valley, up the valley, and then we've got to get back over there, it's quite a walk when you've got 15 kilo on your back. 14. 40. He's got 40 on his back. So yeah, I think we're put me woolly on, keep the temperature of my body up, have a sit down for 5, drop water, and a snack. Hang on, and some biscuits. Good old faithful Ginge always brings out the biscuits. Take him everywhere, even though all the videos I've told you don't take him. Definitely take him. So I've got you in my other hand now. I'm facing the other direction, but I'm going the same direction, if you know what I mean. I got the OS map out, and I'll pop it up on the screen so you can have a look and see where we've walked and where we're walking to. So since we've been to the trig point, which is in behind me now, we decided, I had a look, and the route back is basically the path we've just been on, and if we hang a left, go down the valley a little bit, back up the main road to Mamtur, works out at about just short of 13k. And then I put the route in, plotting the route forwards, carrying on along this path, down to, or across to Jacob's Ladder, up Jacob's Ladder, across that crag over on our right hand side, keep going round and then down. That's actually the Pennine Way over there. We go down and then to the little village or whatever's down in the bottom of the valley, and then back up the road again. That works out 14k. So for the sake of 1k, we're going forwards. So this is going to be a right old long walk, and we're not even taking photographs, are we? We're just out now. My head's been buzzing all the way along here because the wind's in my eyes, wind's in my ears. I can't hear anybody, I can't communicate really very easily, so it's been very difficult. Again, my mind's been wandering, but I'm alright, I'm good. Now I've got something to think about, which is getting up Jacob's Ladder and across to that craggy stones. I've got a viewpoint, I've got something to think on, what's over there, what we're going to do, how we're going to get there. So hopefully my mind will be in a better state on this half of the walk. But yeah, it's mental health's a really weird thing, how it affects different people in different ways. They've all got their own special issues. You know, I know everyone's got different special issues, and everyone's problem is as big as everyone else's problem. It doesn't have to be something epic and major. It could be very minor and still set you off. And problem is with me is it doesn't take a lot to set my head off, and then I struggle to get out of that mindset that I get dug into. But a good walk does blow away the cobwebs, if nothing else. So our planned route heading towards Jacob's Ladder looks like quite a busy one. There's a lot of people going up it at the moment, and we're going gonna have to go and join the clan. The pathway's changed a bit now. It's on and off being boggy and stones and a bit of a gravelly path and stuff like that, which is nice on the feet because it gives you a change of texture to walk on, flexing your feet and your ankles a little bit more. It's very boggy around here, very, very boggy. I'll show you a bit of what we're going to do. So the plan is we're going, following this path down, we're going over that side, we're going up there, we're then walking across the top, over the top there to that crag, and then we're going to carry on along and come down the other side. So I am sure, definitely sure, there's got to be a shot of some rocks and some sky somewhere around, even if it's a black and white gritty sort of shot with some nice textured stones in it. But we will be able to get the camera out and appease my little brain. So we've had another change of plans. We're still heading up and over, but the route that I plotted first of all actually goes down on the crossroads back there. So I've just replotted the route in, and it's turned it into 16.5k, which I'm sure is fine. What's an extra few k to do? Doesn't matter, does it? Because when you got here we sort of wanted to go up, but my head's gone. My head's just gone for a moment, and yeah, it just has. This is when I could do with music in my ears to take my mind off of stuff, and I'm excited for being out, and I'm more excited for finding these rocks to come and have a play with. It's just how your mind works and what goes through your head when you've got no one to talk to, and yeah, things can switch really quickly. What a view! What a view! I'm up on the first chunk of rocks, and you can see for miles and miles and miles, all the way down to, you've got Mamtour, goes down to Win Hill, all the way down. Like I say, I'm up on this first nice selection of rocks, and this is where I feel better, because you've got to think about what you're doing when you're standing on rocks like this, and yeah, it takes your mind off the other stuff to think about. But my head's definitely not in the right place at the moment. I'm not really enjoying things the way I should be enjoying things, and I know that sounds really rough coming from me, but there are things that bother me, are bothering me, and I don't get the same enjoyment out of my photography as I used to. I don't really get the same enjoyment out of my vlogging as I used to, because I always feel they're not very good anymore and not up to the par, and I don't know, I just beat myself up a little bit. But I'm just going to have a look at these rocks and see if there's anything here that's half an interest, see if I can get a view behind them, some leading lines, something just to work, just to get the camera out, and yeah, we're going to make a shot. I love all this big boulderage just there, so maybe use all this big boulderage, the view behind, and there's some rocks sort of pointing that direction, so I think I'll take the camera out, get a couple of shots, maybe clip it on my belt so I've got it with me, and we'll go with that. That'll cheer me up. Let's get the camera out. These rocks are quite nice, quite interesting. I'm at the next set of rocks now. Plastic bottle on the floor, not good. Yeah, I just like walking across rocks. I like rocks and boulders, they're interesting. I like all the colour schemes on these are quite nice. They're gritty, so they're nice and easy to stand on. And they've got some fantastic patterns in them, absolutely fantastic. And you will notice the way I'm going up and down today, and I'm very much like that a lot of the time. But have a look at this, sort of down here, and then the way it goes into these swirls, and then up onto the top of this one where it's all been washed and eroded around. And I just like all these patterns and shapes, and these are the things that I come out for, you know, all these colours and that. This is what I come out for, because I like all this. This to me is great, because I start to imagine where they come from, how they appeared, why are they here, at what ice age or what formation. I don't know why they rounded off. Was this the sea? Was this the ocean? Was it a riverbed? Or, you know, all that sort of stuff that plays on my mind. I start to think about other things which are positive thoughts rather than negative thoughts. And because my mind works with negative thoughts most of the time, this is where I get my respite, my break, because I get those positive thoughts coming in and the things I start to think about. It takes my mind off of all the woes and worries of the world. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is the 18th of June, and let's see, tomorrow's my birthday. I'm 53, which is not a big deal. I know that I'm now on the last section of my life and not the beginning of the section. Again, I'm not being negative about it, but it's just pure facts. I've got a lot less life left than I've already had. And I just want to appreciate it more. I want to do more. I want to see more. And my job then gets in the way because I can't, but then I need my job to have the money so I can. And it goes round and round and round in circles. And this is what goes around and round and round in my head. And I'm sure I'm not the only person, you know, and the way the bills and the cost of living's going up. It's just, we've been talking this morning about not being able to take the vans out as much and drive for so far. And that's all really getting to me a bit. Anyway, let's stop being so morbid. Let's get a couple of shots of these. I'll whack them on the screen, and then we're going to carry on walking on. I don't even know where the others have gone now. I've sort of pushed myself to one side. I'm on my own a little bit because my head's banging at the moment. So yeah, let's get a shot of this. I like this. Looks like Mrs. C's found herself a throne. A perfectly carved out little bum cheek pot. That's pretty cool, that is. Yeah, just said that one over there looks a bit like Dino out of the Flintstones, and he has got a bit of a Dino look to him. But again, great looking boulders. There's our trig point. We're up to our trig point now. There's a little bit of light appearing in the sky as well, which is quite nice. Just seen something that looks right spooky. Looks like a demon's head, demon's face in the rocks. I don't know whether I can get a shot of it and put it on the screen for you properly, but it proper looks like a little demon's head sticking out the rock. Let me just see if I can show you what I mean. I'm going to spin you around. I'm going to zoom you in on the end of the stone there. What do you think of that? Does that look like a little demon's head sticking out? I think it does. Come off the main path a little bit, and we're heading across country slightly. Now it's been trodden before. We're following what looks like a pathway, but not a main pathway on the OS map. It's probably not an official one, but we need to get across to get back on the official pathway. So we're kind of making it up as we go along a little bit, and we want to keep to something that looks trodden on at least. I don't even know where those people come through there. They're going, well, we've got to keep going forwards. And we get back on the path and we'll carry on back on our route, because we were slightly off route. We'd carried on down the main path and it was taking us way out where we wanted to go. So yeah, we're just making our way back to some sort of main footpath again and carry on this epic walk. Just had the camera out again for another shot. Look at this lovely little swishy little pathway leading up to that big stack of rocks at the top there. Pretty impressive little chunk of rocks that. We're going to head that way now. Probably have a nose, see if we can actually get up on the top. That favours my head space quite well. If I can stand on something curious and dangerous. Just took a few shots of like a tabletop rock back there, and Denise said, aren't you getting up on it? I went, nah, it's too big and flat for me. I want something that's a bit more dangerous. Plus you need long legs to get up there, and I haven't got long legs. But that is quite some stack of rocks. Quite some stack. So yeah, definitely need to try and get up there. We have walked a fair few miles, in all fairness. I know we're stopping and starting as well now, but we have literally walked from right over there, right over in that distance. We come all the way across that top of that hill, all the way around the back. We'll come up and round the top of that one and right back around this side. So we've done a long walk, and we're probably halfway now to getting back. What? What? I wasn't expecting this. This is a massive boulder field, almost like erratics. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a load of big boulders and stuff, possibly erratics, I'm not sure, but definitely a big boulder set, and they are all over this. There's probably composition and composition galore here. It really is. I think there's a couple on the edge. We're going to follow the path round. There's a couple on the edge that we might have a look at, because at some point we need to make our way down over there. So yeah, what a view. Look at this, where we are now. So we have come quite some distance. We can see the shortcut path now. So the shortcut path would have been that brown one going down that way and basically down the valley into the village. That's the one that I planned out originally. And like I say, now we've come along the top one, and we're going to head through this, I think, follow the path, head through this somewhere, and then at some point over the other side there we've got to head down, whether it's on that other ridge, and then we come down. So quite some way to go, and we've got a long way back. Mamtur is that little peak just over there, so that's what we've got to get back to. There's some rather impressive looking rocks around here. It's a real different look. I mean, if you to look at this, try and imagine, you know, all of this and how deep this peat is that we're stood next to. I mean, Mrs. C's there, you can just see how tall this peat is. It's like 5 foot high, you know, and you certainly wouldn't want to be going down into the older bog slid, because you wouldn't be getting out of it. But yeah, these rocks are well impressive. I mean, look at that one over there, just all rounded off. How does that work like that? Absolutely insane. So I'm going to get a few shots here and I'll whack them on the screen. So, who can see the old chap here behind me, eh? If I was to zoom in a bit, are you getting it now? Can you see the old boy there? Look, he's got his big pointy chin, his mouth, his nose, and he's wearing a bit of a brow cap, or unless he's got a big forehead. But can you see him there? I definitely can. Gotta say, this place blows my mind. This is really cool. This is up there. This is up there on my list of the wow places. Can you see this over my shoulder? Can you see? These are so different to any other rocks I've ever seen because they're sort of rounded sculptures. They're just, and it's because it's all cut out of the peat. Because of all this peat has been valleyed out. You can see down here, because all this peat's been valleyed out, it just makes these little corridors leading you through them. Really pretty, really impressed. And these two are laughing at something. She's obviously seen some penis-shaped rock somewhere. A turd? A turd rock? It's just disgusting. Guess what? It started raining, and it was big chunks of rain as well. So we put our waterproofs on, we stopped. I've got my rain cover on my bag to try and keep as much rain out the inside of the bag. Now I know it's supposed to be a waterproof bag, but like everything else, it doesn't stop the water getting in. It really doesn't. So I'll say possible farewell, and thank you for watching and listening to me moan and whinge and go through my headspace today. I'll see you at the bottom to check in and let you know we got down safe. Whew, here we go. Turning right and heading down the river back to the land of living, even though we're just over halfway now. So we've got probably about 7.5 kilometers to go. The first section's downhill though. Mind you, that's bad on my knees. We've made it down the sketchy river trail, and you can see the hill behind me. It's quite some trek that is down there. We come from right up the top up there. It's quite a trek coming down the side of the river. We've had to cross it a couple of times as well, and yeah, all good is well good. Crowden Clough. I'll show you where we are. That's where we are, or where we've been. Crowden Clough. And now we've got a stile to get over, or a stile. Getting warm though, because there's no air. There's no air down here because all the wind's on the other side of the valley. Oh, stretching them legs over the top. But we are on the right side. But the bad news is we've probably still got another 3k to go, maybe 4. So the OS map's true to form that I've been watching on my phone. It's nice, I've had a bit of signal. I've actually had the OS and been able to use it. Pay for it, so yeah, we are walking through the woods and along the edge of the river still, but we're in the woodland now, which is nice because at the top I looked at the OS and I did say we had to go along and down and around, down the edge and through the woods, and it just goes to show that the pathways on there are quite accurate. So this is a bit of a respite than the open air and rocks. We've got a bit of greenage. My feet are throbbing. I'm not going to lie, my ankles are pinching. They're a little bit uncomfortable, my ankles. Now whether my boots aren't quite tight enough or not, I don't know, but I don't normally suffer with my ankles, but I've definitely got a bit of an ankle ache. My mind's gone down to them, so that can't be a bad thing. Everyone's got down the hill safe, like I said a little while ago. We're still quite a way off. I'm going to have a look at my OS in a minute and see. We've got two choices to go back. We have a walk up the main road, or just watch this post with these nails sticking out. We walk up the road, or we go left across the field and up that way. So chances are we'll go across the field, but we'll see what it looks like when we get there. We are definitely all flagging. All flagging. Only, he said, we've only just walked along there. We've been all the way around, right the way around the top, all the way around and down the river, down through the valley, and now we're going across the sheep fields, the direct route, across the footpath, still following my OS, fantastic. I feel better now than I did this morning. Like I say, I'm now thinking about my feet and food and taking my boots off and coffee and stuff like that. So it's done me in. It's a hell of a walk. I reckon I've done in the region of 32,000 steps so far, and we've still got a few kilometres to go. Well, that was including the sunrise this morning, which was the other video. I know this has dragged on, but I do like taking you with me, and I'm sure you've seen some pretty interesting photographs of them rocks. I'm not going to check out still just yet. I am going to get us back to the land of living, and then I'm going to say goodbye. But if you're still with me, thank you for being with me. If you have dropped me a comment about any issues or stuff like that, I will reply. Denise will probably reply, and come and join us on our Facebook group. Maybe come and have a chat on there and post some pictures and tell us about walks that you've been on and places you've been. Stuff that helps. It's all good to share, which is why I'm doing this. The sharing and talking about it helps, if you know what I mean. So I can see a car on the road. We've still got quite a way to go. My ankles ache. We have just crossed the railway track, so I'll check my OS map again, which puts us, as soon as it catches up, puts us on the other side of the track, and we're going round to the left, and then we've got another decision to make whether we go up the hill, up the road, or left across the field and back the other way up the road. So we'll have a look and see what the field looks like. One or the other's still going to be uphill. Yeah, we'll have to see. How much further? So we've rerouted. We had a look at the footpath, and rather than going across and up, we've decided to go up the road. So, now my knees are pinching. Now we're just walking up the road, and it is just the road back. So, I would say goodbye now, but I haven't got enough breath in me. I'll speak to you when we get to the top. Yeah. You're basically walking up the curly road. It's raining and I'm getting wet. Not putting my coat on, it's too hot to do that. Me and Daz has decided that we'll just get wet and get changed when we get back to the van. It's as good as having a shower anyway, isn't it? Let's face it. But it's definitely raining. Oh, goody. So we've made it back, all the way back the path for Mamtur and the car park, and all we got is this last little bit downhill. Trying not to slip on the wet grass because our feet are obviously tired now and our legs are tired, and we don't just lack concentration, and we just have to keep our wits about us for the last few minutes. But that was hell of a walk. When I get back to the van, I'll switch you on and tell you how many miles we did and what the step count's been, and you'll be surprised at how much we've done with these bags on our back. And not one of us have used our tripod, not one of us have used our drone, but we carried them nearly 16 kilometers. Absolutely bonkers. Well and truly done. Can't believe how much achy my feet are. We're back at the van. Mrs. C is actually flagging a little bit. She's going to be here in a moment. But that has been a hell of a walk. I'm going to get my feet off and then I'm going to say goodbye. So we are back in the van. My feet are off, and I've done today, let me have a look on my watch, I've done today 37,400 steps. 37,000. Now we did about 10,000-ish this morning, so I've done 27,500-ish.
I've done 27.
So Denise has done 27, so I've done 27,000 miles since when we set off here about 10 o'clock. The time now is 10 to 6. It's been a hell of a trip. It's been a long way. It's been a long way. Some moments it's taken my mind off of things, other moments it hasn't. Those rocks up there are amazing. They really are amazing up there. Phenomenal. So now all that's left to do is basically put the kettle on, have a little bit of chocolate, get the old energy back up a little bit, keep the feet up and relax for the morning, because tomorrow morning we're going up Mamtur, which is pretty much up the top of that one. So yeah, roll on 3 o'clock in the morning, eh? But so yeah, thanks for watching. Ciao for now. I can't do much. Oh yeah, like and subscribe, thumbs up, notification bell, blah blah blah. Please do drop us a comment, share your whatevers, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.